What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Casey Francis O'Brien. And I am still here through the trials and tribulations. I'm still focused, getting it done. I'm good, I'm doing well, and I'm happy to see you. I got inspired to make a video. It was beamed into the side of my head, and I saw the entire big picture concept, and I know exactly what I'm supposed to tell you tonight, if I chose to. And that is how to... Wait. How to heal and handle the end of the world. How to deal with the world ending. How to be happy during the end of the world. How to be happy during the world ending. And that is, from a young age, you've known about death. You crushed ants beneath your fingers. You drove past roadkill on your way home to eat a cheeseburger, to get big muscles. You've known that you were going to die, but you either embrace that fact halfway in a sort of kind of like sharing a Facebook post, but then never putting it into action, never applying that knowledge that you could die at any moment to really solidify your appreciation for the world you're living in. Or, like me, you understand where we're living. You got down to the bottom of how we're living in it, and you try your best to make the most of it. Because you know, at any moment you could go. You feel me? So whether the world ends tomorrow, next week, August 10th, August 15th, 2075, death is happening every second. Millions to billions. And if you count the entire universe, trillions, infinitely. There's an infinite amount of universes going on right now. I don't know if you know about that, but the universe is so vast. There's somebody that looks exactly like me, and every single thing about his life, except this placement of a rock, is completely identical. There are planets that are Earth-like, that can sustain life, so imagine Earth, but it's bigger than the sun. There's so much going on, and death is just a part of it. The bugs are dying around me right now. You're putting too much, your worry about the end of the world is completely a fabrication. Because the future might be set in stone, and it might be scripted, but it will never be there until you're there. It will never be real until you're there. The future is only a continuation of the present moment. The future is only what we're in right now. Later. So if you're not sat here enjoying the moment that you're in and making the most of it, having the best times, taking chances, taking risks, going to talk to people you don't normally talk to, bettering your own home life so that your quality of life is better, healing your body and your mind so that you're in a position to function better, to appreciate the moment that we're in, and getting the most out of this blessing and this gift that we're in. It's like you give your kid a PS5 that he's been begging for his entire life, or like some new PS7 that's got everything he ever wants from it, but he just watches YouTube. Or it's like you give me the most amazing woman in the world, supermodel, down to earth, everything you'd want, and all I do is complain about my dishes, that she doesn't do the dishes. There's a giant spider, bro. Let's kill it. If I don't kill it, it's gonna make billions of new spiders. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. What the fuck is it? Its back has gotten so big that it's grown scales. It's gotten fucking scaly in this bitch. Okay, 3, 2, 1, dead. Just like that. And God allowed it. I don't know, I couldn't tell you why. I would be so terrified and upset and begging to God why if somebody just came and squished me. So why aren't you acting now? Why aren't you enjoying this experience? 3 years ago today, I was eating like dry cereal, dry spaghetti. I wouldn't even put it in the fucking pan and cook it. I would just come and take a few bites and then go back to bed, and I would just lay in bed, depressed, out, completely lost in my body. Still adventuring in my mind, but just so depressed I couldn't leave the bed. And I'd watch YouTube all day and just fantasize about building a life like that for myself. And then I'd get enough motivation to get up and fix one little thing, and then all the depression would hit me again, and I'd just get stuck in suffering. And then I'd go out at nighttime and I would just walk the streets barefoot. I don't know when the last time you took your socks off and walked around was, but it's how you're supposed to be living life, is without socks. I would try it. Take your socks off and ground yourself. There's ions in the earth that we're designed to connect to replenish us. I'm taking my fucking socks off right now. Oh, my feet just touched the grass. I'm back in this planet. You heard me? It's nice. Kind of smells out here though. But yeah. What I said about being in the present moment and being hung up on the future is that part of this whole system, this giant joke of society that we're living in, that is slowly being taught out of us and replaced with the truth, as all these NPCs are surrounding me, smoking, is that they want you to be hung up on the future worried about what's going to happen next so that you don't see what's right in front of your face, so that you don't get an awareness of your surroundings. And it's also that they want you to be hung up on haves and don't haves. Why don't I have the women? What's wrong with me? I hate myself. Why don't I have money? I'm stupid. What's wrong with me? And that's why I advocate so heavily that it's your fucking choice. If your life sucks, it's because you chose for it to suck. You can't blame external circumstances for your internal condition. $11:11. So, what are you going to do? Casey O'Brien's gonna go ride his bike around because all he loves to do is adventure. He's going to go get money for a haircut and get a fucking haircut, so he's not doing this all day. He's going to start working out at the park so that he looks and feels better every single day, gradually increasing through growth over consistency, a better future and a happier future by making right decisions, right? I've quit smoking. Instead of smoking a pack a day like I used to, now I will never buy cigarettes in my life. And if I ever really, really want one, I just ride my bike around places that people throw them out of their car, and I'll pick up 2 little cigarette butts, and I'll go smoke the 2 butts so I get 2 hits instead of the whole thing. And it takes up time, and it builds my kind of hunter-gatherer instincts that being a part of this matrix robot society destroys in you. And it gives me something to do. The next thing is that I'm going to continue working on this one song that I like. I'm going to have the whole verse written. I'm going to have the atmosphere ready. I had a setback, which was, for some reason, part of my computer just stopped working. So now I only get half the headphone because the jack is busted. And I have to like finagle it and hold it in place, which is in a really uncomfortable position the whole time for me to be able to get a tiny bit of atmosphere. So that's gonna run me up about $130 to get the replacement audio interface to be able to record the vocals and mix the audio. Without that, I'm SOL, which means I need my license, which is gonna cost me $20. So I need $150, and I have no way to work because I don't have a license or form of identification. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. So that's where I'm at right now. The next thing is that it would be dope to have a boat. It would be dope to have a nice car. It would be dope to have my car back. It would be dope to have some form. I think a Sprinter van would be the best for me. It'd be dope to have a Sprinter van. And then it would be dope to have a nice camera that I could record YouTube videos, and I could make my life centered around inspiring you guys to go out and live an exponentially beautiful life, the Casey Francis O'Brien way. And then I could do things like create art separately and focus on the art, creating that image, to make that for half of my existence, and then the other half, if I really feel like it, which doesn't really seem like myself, man, is trying to be a part of the society the way that it is. I'd rather build up my focus again and build up my happiness and personality, get back to functioning, and then go out and have fun with girls and all that. Because when I don't have it in me, it doesn't seem to go well. So I'd rather build up that practice first, the way that I used to do, so that I can better steer things in my direction and navigate. So that's where I'm at. I made it through thousands of dark nights of the soul. You heard? So, if you made it this far, let's reiterate. Omega-3 fatty acids, men's or women's 1-a-day multivitamins, as much sunlight as possible, learning to let go of what's not serving you, learning how to unplug from things you don't like and plug into things you do like, learning to unsubscribe from things that are trying to write over your story. Be the scribe instead of the subscriber. Take control of your narrative and then enjoy it. And then just do things that you know, like take actions that will, like a domino, over the long run will better your life. Even if all you can do is get up and make your bed. Because this whole thing is just building habits. Perseverance is a habit. And I think at one point it might be the case where it's just light versus dark. And whichever side has the most solid habits of perseverance will win. Whoever has the most foot soldiers and whoever has the most habitual bodies of perseverance through daily habits. I definitely will tell you that today I went into a gas station and every single person was just trying to push me out of the way. They were laughing to themselves and chuckling I'm walking through just grabbing stuff that I need, and it's people I don't even know that I've never seen before will walk up to me, try to intimidate me, and then walk away laughing. And I had no response, no pushback, no submitting to them. I didn't even acknowledge them, bro, because I'm used to it. So I'm just doing my own thing, don't even acknowledge them. And that was enough for them, because they're so self-absorbed that it didn't matter who I was. They were gonna do that and then laugh about it regardless. They were completely isolated in themselves, just building that hate. They were throwing shit around at the fucking cashier that's just doing his job, giving him attitude, laughing to each other about it. And I see those people everywhere. It's just they've got the wrong set of beliefs. They're lost. So I offered to buy him stuff with my food stamps. I was like, because he's working a job and I'm mooching off the government because I can't afford my license right now. So I'd rather that than eat out of the dumpster, you feel me? So I offered them food stamps and they gave me an entire pizza because I introduced myself and offered them a Monster Energy drink to build their hype enough so they could get through the night. And they were so grateful, they gave me a whole ass fucking pizza, bro. And I got to, just by living my own way, living in my purpose and love and righteousness and following that path, I just, without realizing it, I skirted and blocked all of what they were trying to do. I was just wanting to go where I wanted to go, and that ended up, because they were so easily piloted, they just something else brought them to position them in a way that they could see me do my thing. And I got to teach all them, and I brought light into that situation, and I broke through the barrier, and I showed them the truth and the way. That's the best way to put it. I'll go in, get a girl's number in front of everybody, and then someone will be like, that's how it's done, you know? I'll flirt with cashiers, I'll make people laugh, I'm out in public every day. I used to have so much brain damage I couldn't speak English. I'd be like, and I'd start crying. Because of the car accident, man. I'm at a point where evil tries to do things, but I'm just so close to pure love in the fifth dimension, naturally, that most of the day they can't really do anything. It doesn't really work anymore. But that's because I'm constantly fighting for good-hearted, kind, generous choices. But I'm still like, today I had so far, like this season of my life, I have 2 ops. Usually I have 2 to 5 ops at all times. Just people that there's some like wire that's crossed in their brain and that's forcing them to attack me and feel like I'm an enemy when I'm just doing my own thing. And they ruminate and sit there, and then that usually, in most cases, it fucking infects me. And then I start to ruminate because I'm like, that's my thing, is that that's my cycle. Is people do me wrong, and I'll get stuck thinking about it for a week. It's like, why does he think that that's okay to do? Why does he think that that's the right thing to do? Why would he do that to me? What did I do that warranted him to do that to me? Why do they keep doing it over and over again? What's this part of society that everybody seems to have but me that's causing them to act and think and behave in this type of way? And I'll sit there for hours and just go over it in my head. Why did this person do that? And I'll just try to think about solutions. And then I'll go out in public and not focus on it, just focus on my day-to-day. And somehow, subconsciously, I get to witness them get their karma and get checked, usually. There's a few people that I'm not sure about that still did me wrong, and I still got to assert myself over them, but they have a more complex and intelligent life, so I think it gets harder. But most people are very zombified and simple-minded, so they have very simple tests and tribulations. The more complex people it's a longer narrative working with moving pieces. But in the most part, we're very simple people. We're very stupid monkeys. And it's very easy for these higher intelligences to just The Sims dollhouse us around these places to meet the people we're supposed to meet, give them the energy they need. I'll tell you, I've never recorded a video alone. No matter where I go, somebody shows up, because we need that yin and yang. We need that other person to hear and listen to this other side in order for me to speak. And then this goes out, and I reach about 100 people, and once in a while I'll get a DM of somebody that finds my video and they're really grateful, and what I said they really needed to hear. The message kind of planted in their mind like a seed and grew into an amazing tree that then they go off and do some seemingly unconquerable event, and they come out on top, and they do it in the name of Casey Francis O'Brien and the legend Gary Francis O'Brien, his father, and the polar bear in the sky and all that, and the Irish king from 1,000 years ago, Brian Boru, and all of it. All I need is a cameraman, a solid cameraman, a nice cameraman that can handle the pressure, and a solid microphone, and then an editor and animator to make it unique and different and individual. And then I would be on the front page of YouTube. I would be on the front page of YouTube, bro, within a week. Scaring people in Home Depot prank, where I'm just walking, and then a giant bird, a guy in a bird costume, comes out from the top of the those stairs that go up to the higher levels. He comes out of the second story floorboards in the Home Depot and goes ah, and then drops the fake human shit, and then whips the fake human shit on the ground. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm going off about him so that when people show up, they think I'm just a customer that's pissed off about this bird. I'm like, who the fuck, why would you let this bird in here, bro? Why would you let this bird in here? All these people are just trying to shop. You know what? Call the police. And why is he filming? And I'm like, I've never seen that dude before in my life. And then I'm on the side with the management and the store team, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then I have a fart machine. so that when the police show up and the manager's there, I have my friend, another friend, sneak the fart machine somewhere so that it goes off while the manager's talking to the police. He just starts farting. If it's cheap enough, I'll try to put it in his pocket while he's not looking and he's focused on the bird, so that while he's talking to the police, when they get there and they're very serious, all of a sudden he starts farting. That'd be hilarious, man. That'd be worth 20,000 views, 30,000. Film a TikTok one day of just going down the bike path and scaring everybody and then posting the reactions. Going and spray painting my name across Burlington. That'd be a dope video. Eventually I want a dog. If I had enough money to get 200 miles away, I'd have a Cane Corso Border Collie mix. That seems like a perfect dog for me, bro. You feel me? So that's where I'm at. I'm supposed to be building an army, but they're very susceptible to bad decisions. Some of them make bad choices on purpose because they like how it feels and they like that pride, and they just haven't been humbled enough and suffered enough to understand that the significance and importance of making the right choice and doing the right thing. So a lot of these people, like, I've built friend groups. I'm very good at building friend groups, bruh. I'll meet like 6 or 7 people in a day, and then I'll get them all together for an event that I'll make that night, and then everybody's cemented as a group, and then I'll take everybody to a better place, like the gym, or I'll just casually get us all working out. The last time we all fought, like we all wrestled, and I beat everybody, bro. There were people that was like 6 foot tall, muscular, but I just whooped them on the fucking beach. And then I just really drove it home how they were acting and what they needed to change. And then they just, like, I don't know, man, it just felt like you were shitting on me. So I decided to start smoking crack. And now I've been smoking for months. It's like, okay, bro, all I told you is that if you don't start doing positive things and building positive relationships, you're going to be an old 40-year-old fisherman. You'll be happy, but you'll be lonely because you didn't build the skills. That was supposed to be my vice president. But I've done it my whole life, man. For some reason, it's just maybe because I'm so righteous, whether self-righteous or righteous and positive and anointed, that literally being around me sucks it out of the other people, and that's why they get stuck and hung up on bad choices. Like, maybe I'm only supposed to be in their life as a small moment reference experience, like an elevator, to take them up and down levels and then leave, because being in my presence too long, we start to fight back and forth. That seems like it makes sense to me. Why I would be alone all day, and I only come into people's lives for these moments, and then I go off to a different area, higher or lower, fuck shit up, build shit better, bring shit to greatness. I love you. I'm gonna go finish the day.